Visit the Bahamas tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, a leading business executive giving his outlook on the future of the Grand Bahama economy. Like the nation's leader, he too believes this island is poised to move forward and a much-needed economic resurgence is imminent. Joan Davis Roll has our top story.
Our objective must be to put the magic back in the magic city. So rather than my Grand Bahama, my vision, it should be our Grand Bahama and our vision.
The leading voice for the business community on Grand Bahama, Mick Holding, expressing confidence in Grand Bahama's future as the island stands on the precipice of economic development. During the recent Business Outlook, the president of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce took a trip down memory lane, reminiscing of the glory days of the nation's second city. An island, he says, is unparalleled to any in the country when it comes to possible growth and expansion.
We have the talent here. We have the will, but we have to coordinate our efforts to make it work. We need to boost the population of the island to grow our economy. At a luncheon last Friday, I heard the Prime Minister say that Grand Bahama can sustain a population of 500,000 people, 10 times our present population. Geographically, of course, he's quite correct. New Providence has 5 times our population, but Grand Bahama has 6 times the landmass. It is possible.
Despite many challenges over the years, the former global executive says Grand Bahama still has investor appeal as he unveiled what can be considered a master plan to fuel the wheels of economic development. Holding says there are some key things that must be done to take Grand Bahama to the global marketplace.
There's the ongoing expansion of the harbour, and Pharmachem are building their new plant, which will double their capacity and create many new jobs. But by itself, that is not enough. We need to attract more industries to our island. We need to revitalise the tourism sector by reopening those hotels that are currently closed. And we need to encourage more second home owners. We have the land. It's a beautiful place, easy access to the United States. We need more second home owners. Somewhat surprisingly, maybe, I do detect a positive attitude among many business people, both the young and the not so young, despite our current issues. We should capitalize on that positive nature. We should build on it and do it now.
Joan Davis Roll, ZNS Network News.
In other news, the system of local government said to be making a big difference on the island of Abaco. Now there is a call for the system of governance to be expanded. Italia Hall explains.
Local government basically speaks to the people. It's for the people, by the people.
Local government was established throughout the Family Islands in 1996. Island Administrator Charles Maw says local government continues to work well on the island of Abaco. Maw says there are a number of new projects on the drawing board. One of those projects has commenced and a real property tax office has just opened.
Which simply means that second homeowners who live within that district will be collecting taxes. Because the premise behind this is that we're the people who are on the ground, who know when these second homeowners come, we know who they are, we know when they come, and we're able to get to them more effectively.
He adds that a park was constructed by local government in Dundas Town, and there has been many other achievements over the years.
We have one of the largest buildings going up for local government in Murphy Town under the chairmanship of Mr. Davis, Gilbert Davis. And Marsh Arbor, we have our community center, which is almost completed. We also have a scholarship fund where we award scholarship monies to deserving students. And so, we're constantly doing trying to upgrade. We would have fought for, and certainly we thank the central government with assisting us in repaving of some of the roads.
The island administrator says local government is delivering results throughout the islands and should be implemented in the nation's capital.
Especially to Nassau. I think once it's established in Nassau and they see the benefits that it brings, we will really, if you think we're growing now, we will really take off.
It's Talia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Police and community partners are joining forces to address a major area of concern that has been plaguing a local school for years. Sabrina Brown has details.
The Urban Renewal Community Policing Department, the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and A&C Heavy Equipment have joined forces to clear the bushy area near St. George's High School. Assistant Superintendent of Police Henry Roll says this area has been a challenge for police and school officials for some time now.
There has been a number of challenges in this area with respect to the students and outsiders hanging out in the area known as the Hill, that they use as a street name, where they go and hang out on a daily basis. There's concerns that are coming in from the administration and the staff of the school, where the kids often duck school or they play hooky. You have illegal drugs. It's one of the main concerns, along with other infractions of the law.
He says this project is an ongoing effort to ensure students, faculty, and staff can operate in a safe environment.
This project is one that we're looking at for the last year and a half. As you can see, the property adjacent to the school we cleared down about a year and a half ago, and that was able to solve a lot of the issues where kids were taking shortcuts to and from school.
Vice Principal at St. George's High, Chester Cooper, is happy that the problem is being addressed.
This area behind me over the years has caused us so much stress and anxiety because of the overgrown vegetation. We've had all kinds of activities whereby we have outsiders hanging in the back. We have our students skipping classes in the back here. We've had illegal activity, sexual activity, drugs, you name it. And myself and other administrators, we've spent many days just running in the back here after students, trying to chase outsiders with the police officer.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority is a key player in this safety initiative. Assistant City Manager Renato Carayoru.
We heard their complaints and their requests to have the area cleared to minimize any unwanted activity, as well as to create a fire break. As you know, there have been a number of fires in the city of Freeport, and we wanted to do our part to promote health and safety for everyone.
ASP Roll is also appealing to parents to partner with them in keeping the students safe.
I would like to admonish the parents to pay attention and watch what the children are doing, because in this area particularly, kids come out and hang out in this bush and they involve in all kinds of things and parents are not aware. But you need to pay more attention, and whenever the school summons you to find out what's going on with your children, come and see what the problem is.
The fire department called to fight a blaze at an apartment in Hudson Estates this morning. Reports say when officers arrived, the fire had been contained, but the kitchen of the house incurred significant heat and smoke damage. Now, the fire is believed to have started in the kitchen. The rest of the structure was not affected. Residents are being advised to install smoke detectors as a precautionary measure and to always and never leave cooking food unattended. This house fire comes as firefighters are being taxed with an increase in brush fires. Fire officials are also admonishing residents to refrain from lighting outdoor fires. Stay with us. There is more news right after this.